So in Java, errors can be existed in two areas. One is during the compilation, and the second one is during the execution. Always the compile time errors can be handled by the compiler. So that is how we get to know the compile time errors, right? So if you want to execute a program, some errors happen during the runtime, that is during the execution. Let me show you a small piece of diagram. So let me say that I have written a small Java program. Right? So this is a small Java program. I am saving this file as a.java. Right? After this, I am performing the compilation. In order to perform the compilation, I must have a compiler. So compiler is an inbuilt component. So what compiler will usually do? Compiler will make sure that this particular Java piece of Java code is error free. Right? If there are any errors in this piece of Java code, the compiler is going to throw an error. If there are any errors, the compiler is going to throw the error, and as a developer, we have to correct those errors, and we have to do the recompilation. Right? If the compiler finds this code is error free, what happens? This a.java file. So this is a Java file that we have developed, right? We need to save that Java file with the class name, the main class name. So in this case, I am assuming the main class name as A. That's why I have saved this file as a.java. So compiler is going to generate. It will take in a.java file, and it will perform the compilation, and it is going to give a.class file. The errors that are appearing during this compilation. If there are any errors that are appearing during the compilation, those errors are called as what? Compile time errors. Okay. If there are no compile time errors, right, we cannot ensure that the program is going to be error free. And again, there are many chances. There are many chances that this program may develop an error in the runtime. Compile time, it is successful and there are no errors in the compile time. It doesn't mean that it is not going to generate any errors during the runtime. There are many chances for a particular program to generate the runtime errors. We will be seeing all those concepts one by one during these classes. But which is going to handle runtime error? That's the question. Compiler is going to handle compile time error, but JVM is going to handle what? Runtime error. JVM is nothing but we already know Java Virtual Machine. This is going to handle the runtime error, right? If again to the JVM, this a.class file will be loaded inside the JVM, okay? And JVM will generate a internal native code. Native code is nothing but a machine code. Okay? Machine code will be in the form of zeros and ones, right? After this, you will be getting the output. What I'm trying to say is the errors that occur inside the JVM, the errors that occur while executing the program. So those errors are called as runtime errors. So let me consider a real-time example. Let me take a real-time analogy. Let us say that since I am taking you the classes, I have to wake up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, and I have a schedule to go to my office. So my office starts at 9. My office starts at 9 o'clock. So this is this time. This is just a time frame. My office is going to start at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and I have a schedule. Like I have a client call at, just an example, 12 a.m. After the client call, my schedule is like I need to complete my work by 4 p.m. This is how my schedule looks like when you check my timeline. This is my schedule. This is a schedule that I have drafted. It's not 12 a.m. actually, it is 12 p.m. This is 4 p.m. Right? These are my schedules for the tomorrow. If I want to wake up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I have already some plans. What are the plans? I will make sure myself that I go to bed by 11 p.m. in the previous step. So this is tomorrow's scenario. So in the previous day scenario, I'm planning to go to bed by what time? 11 a.m. I mean 11 p.m. So that if I go to bed by 11 p.m., then there are high chances that I will be waking up on time and I will be having a lot of time to get ready, and I can maintain all the schedules, right? So these are my plans, and I am I have all set to sleep for the day, right? I have scheduled an alarm exactly at, everything is an assumption, 4 a.m. right? 4 a.m. is an 4 a.m. is my alarm, and I have to arrive at my office, not arrive, I have to log in at my office exactly at 9 a.m. right? So this is the flow. This is the flow. This is the flow in my imagination. Okay? This is how I would be expecting the schedules for the next day, and this is how I will be imagining that my schedules needs to be fulfilled according to this timeline. Everything is completely fine, right? So imagine that I have set up an alarm at 4 a.m. right? But instead of 4 a.m., I have accidentally set the alarm at 4 p.m. It was an accident. I thought it is supposed to wake me up at 4 a.m. But accidentally my alarm was set up for 4 p.m. Right? What happens? I go to sleep. Right? So I will miss the schedule, obviously, right? So this schedule will be missed, and I am not sure. I may be waking up at 9 a.m. because alarm did not go on. Alarm did not turn on. Right? If I wake up at 9 a.m., just imagine, is it possible for me to attend the client meeting at which is scheduled at 12 a.m. I mean 12 p.m. Of course, it is possible, but you have to do a lot of sacrifices. Let us imagine that your place is farthest. I mean, your place and your office is located between. I mean, two places are far more distance apart. In that case, traveling will take 3 hours in the sense. It's not possible to appear myself at 12 p.m. even though when I wake up at 9 a.m. Even though when I have 3 hours of time, I cannot make it to the office exactly by 12 p.m. Right? So this is called as an exception. This is an unfortunate event. What is an unfortunate event? This event has happened because of my mistake. This is one of the unfortunate event. Because of this event, all my day in the sense, all the schedules that I have set up, all the plans, all the pre-plan that I have made has got disturbed, isn't it? This is called as an assumption because I was not expecting this. This is something I was not expected because it was not my intention. I don't. I want the alarm to be waking me up at 4 a.m. But unfortunately, due to my it was an accident where the alarm was set up to 4 p.m. instead of 4 a.m. Right? Let me take one more example. In the sense, I am traveling on my bike. Let me take I am traveling on my car. Just assume that this is a car. Right? So I am traveling on my car. Or let us say that I am traveling on a bus, metropolitan bus, and I have to reach my office. So bus is going to take 2 to 3 hours. I mean, let us say 2 hours to reach my office. Unfortunately, the bus which I am traveling has a flat tire. When the bus got punctured, right? And there are no buses. This is the last bus, and there are no bus. Just assumption there are no buses to take me, where I can travel to reach my office. So this is one of the unfortunate event, right? Because this is not expected. We cannot expect these things, right? For example, suppose let us say that you are watching a movie, right? When you are watching a movie and all of a sudden the power went out, right? Then if the power goes out, there will be no, let us say that no Wi-Fi coverage, and the watching your movie, I mean, it got interrupted. That is also an unfortunate event, right? So this, if you apply the same logic to any programming language, any Java programming language, even in the Java programming language, some events occur. some events without your knowledge it is going to occur. This is the code that you have written in the Java programming language. The exception may occur, it may occur here because during compilation this file got succeeded in compilation, but during the execution it is facing an error here. So first line got executed successfully, second line got executed successfully, right? And exactly the third line, there was an error, there was an exception, right? If there is an exception, there is no way for the Java cannot proceed executing with the remaining codes. It will not do that. It will stop here, right? This code will not get executed. It will execute in the sense the control will not go further. It will simply stop. This is called as an exception. The question is, we got to know what is an exception, but now we should also know how to handle the exception. That's what we are trying to learn here, right? We know what, now we got to know what is an exception. Exception is nothing but it's an abnormal behavior in the application. So no questions, no doubts about it. Now we are going to learn what is how to handle those exceptions. Even though if you are anticipating any kinds of exception, you must be capable enough to handle those exceptions, right? How would you handle those exceptions? That is what we are going to learn through this course, like completely through this exception handling course. Let me show you the small picture, taken this especially for you, right? So if you see this picture, let me import it once again. So my picture is visible. So if you look at this picture says about, it actually talks about the real-time exception. See, the girl is watching a video on YouTube, right? So what happened? So exception, there was an exception. So this is one of the examples of the exception, real-time examples. What exception is it? Wi-Fi terminated, right? So let us imagine that you are traveling on a car, like this is your destination. This is your destination, but your car has stopped. Your car has stopped because of the flat tire, because it got punctured. Okay. This is now the question comes, if you are able to handle the situation, like if you are able to handle the situation, then your situation is going to be smooth again. You can again travel on the same car, right? But some situations you cannot anticipate whether your car is getting punctured, or you cannot anticipate that. But you can do two things for this. What you can do, you can keep a backup in the sense you can take an empty, additional what we call it as a tire with you, like Stephanie with you, right? Or else you can visit the puncture shop, you can fix the tire. But in this case, if you want to analyze any other backup plans, then there is a backup plan. You can connect to the mobile data, but it is not feasible, right? So real-time example, this is how the exceptions can be handled. Today we are going to understand how this can be handled by using the Java programming language. Right? Just type as in the chat box if you have really understood what is the exception handling, so that we can proceed further. Type S in the chat box. If you have understood this topic, type S in the chat box. Okay. Let me save this.